Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about affirmations. I've had so many emails about this. I get a mixture of different emails and I get a lot from people that say they're persisting with their affirmations. They've been to other channels, and maybe you're one of these, and they talk about you must persist, you must push through the pain barrier, and if you carry on, then you will get there. I'm not saying that you won't do that. I have never been able to push through that pain barrier. I do use affirmations, but not in that way. But I'm going to tell you now why they aren't working. If you've been doing them for a long time, you're seeing no success. I'm just going to talk about why they're not working first. Then hopefully you can think, yeah, that's what it is. And you either start from a different reference point and you go on with them if you enjoy doing them and you're really up for that persistence thing, or I'll just tell you a different way to use them where you don't have to persist as you have been doing. So entirely up to you. This is not a judgment video. I'm telling you you should do it or you shouldn't do it. It's entirely up to you because we're all completely different. I have staying power in life. If I want to do something new, learn something new, I have complete staying power, and I will stay with it until I've done it. But where this comes, I prefer not to do so much work, and I prefer not to go with that persistent affirmation down that line, or mental diet and all of that, because I find it exhausting. And maybe that's you, so the second part of this might help you more. But if that's not you and you want to continue with them, I'm just going to tell you what's going on here and what you can do about that. Right, first of all, what's going on here is this, and it's ever so simple, but also it can either be a eureka moment where you can think, yeah, and I've talked about this with attachment in my last video, but it's just the same with affirmations, because it is, I'm not going to call it attachment actually, because it's not necessarily that, it's just an underlying baseline vibration that you have going on that's in conflict with what you're talking about, but you don't necessarily know it's there because it's extremely subtle. But I'm not going to say you wouldn't know it's there at all, because then you'll think, well, if I can't find it, then, but you can find it. You'll know it's there. If I'm saying this now, you might think, oh yeah. You see, you may not think that that has any impact on your reality, but of course it does. It is having an impact. It's having a constant impact. You are seeing nothing because you have, what the vibration is, it's a vibration of the situation now. So you are feeling it, whether you realize it or not, you are feeling it. So you could be doing affirmations with two mindsets. You either have that there or you don't have that there. And the people that do get things from affirming and get it fairly quickly, the people that don't have it there, or they just work differently to you. You know, their feelings work differently. The way that they feel things is different than the way that you do. I know when I have an underlying vibration. I don't immediately know. I often have to stop and think, why isn't that happening? And I can feel it then. So you can be going along with it, perfectly subtle in the background, and you're affirming, so you're saying these things, and maybe you're feeling good when you're saying them, maybe you're feeling positive, so that's what you can't understand. But if you still have that baseline, I've said before, I've made that term up. It might be a term, I don't know, I've never heard it before, but it makes sense to me because that's what it feels like. You have that going along with you as you're affirming. So if you're affirming and still having that feeling, then you're just going to keep getting that feeling. So you have to recognize that and think, okay, yeah, that's it. I'm going to move on from this point, knowing that and knowing that I have to change that or knock it out completely. Sometimes knowing it's there is enough to just get rid of it. If you've got nothing there, that is cool. That is the best place to work from. You'll feel better when you realise that this is what's going on even. So you can either kick it out, and that will probably happen naturally. If it doesn't, then you're not going to be able to do that, and that's fine too. It just might take a tiny bit longer to get that sort of a better vibration. So look at what that vibration is and recognise that it's the situation now, which is why you are just seeing the same situation, you are not changing, and tweak it. I'll talk about Pimp Your Vibe again. I talk about this in Pimp Your Vibe because vibration, when I realised it was all about vibration and then being able to change that and let go to a stage or detach enough in order to let that creation come to life, because you've already created it. With your affirmations, you've created it. With your feelings, you've created it. So your affirmations create a feeling which creates that thing. It's within you, it's ready. It just can't come to life yet because you are not allowing it, because you keep putting out this other vibration. Very subtle. It could be so subtle. So don't think, but I'm, because you could think, I'm getting on with my life, I'm happy, I'm doing lots of other things, so it should be here. No, if you've got that vibration going on, then it won't be, because it's holding it back, basically. Because it's just like you saying, I want to see more of the same. If you were putting in a request and it was like a wish, that's what you would be wishing for. Please give me more of the same. So let's recognize that and decide to tweak it. So you tweak it by feeling how you would like to feel. A really good one to tweak it is not making it around that subject, feeling that. And every time you feel that, you change it to I am so free, the feeling of being free, the feeling of I can do this, I've got this, or anything. And if it's contact that you're trying to manifest with your affirmations from somebody, then make it contact. So when you notice it, feel they've reached out to me or something like that. How does that feel? What vibration is that? I just keep swapping it for that. It's a practice and it will not happen overnight. So you have to bear with it but it does work. It absolutely works. And whatever it is, even if you've been trying to get a certain job, work for a certain place and it hasn't happened yet, feel what that underlying vibration is. Is that I'm stuck where I am, or I'm not working for them, I'm in this situation? Whatever it is, notice it in order to change it. You have to notice it first and then you change it, but you have to be completely honest with yourself. Okay, that's that. And that can put you on a different track with this and really get you going with your affirmations. For me, I prefer to use affirmations like this. This is the second part of this video. I prefer just to state every now and again what I want. And do you know what? I can say it as a desire. I've heard people say you can't say it as if it's in the future. You can't say it like make a wish. That is just not true. I've done that so many times. And that's what The Secret stated, that you could just make a wish, and you can. I have really had a desire for something and kind of not even thought about it too much, but had a really strong desire for it, and it's happened. And I haven't felt it as if I've had it. I've actually thought, I wish I had this. I wish this was happening. And we can do that, can't we? By setting an intention. That's a wish, really. So a really good thing to set an intention for, just to make a wish, to say, I wish that I could make affirmations work for me really easily, really quickly. Or I wish that I could feel free when I'm saying my affirmations. Or just in general, I wish that I could feel free. I wish that I was able to give this over to a higher power, that I was able to release this. There's so much that you can wish for, and I've done all of that and it's all worked. Not so much at the beginning when I was too attached to it working, and that is a problem. But now, for sure, if I get stuck with anything, sometimes I will either say I will not be a victim to these feelings, or if I don't sort of feel that sort of feeling state, that I don't need to say that, I don't need to be so harsh, I will just say, I wish that I could just hand this over now. I wish, and I feel that feeling of, oh, I really wish that I could hand this over. And then I will not sort of think about it. I will notice that attachment drop a little bit, and then a couple of days later I will feel, yeah, I definitely feel that shift now. Key is then not to go back to it and get stuck in that cycle again, because that can happen. Just because you're granted your wish by this magic, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that you can't then sort of pull it back and get yourself into the same situation again. You need to go with it, go with the flow. When you feel it lighter, stick with that. So give momentum to the positives. If you start seeing signs of your creation, give momentum to it by saying, that's so cool, I'm seeing signs now. I must be releasing slightly. I must be detaching enough for it to start showing to me. Give momentum to all that stuff. Don't give momentum to any of the other parts, the undesirable bits. Just see all that as part of the process. But if, like me, you think, no, I have been doing too much. I am finding this exhausting, and I'm not enjoying it at all. I don't even like doing it. I'm doing it because I feel that I should do it. Then rein it in, just pull back and think, let's reevaluate this. This is not my way. If I'm feeling like that, this is not my way, but I like the idea of affirmations, so I'm just gonna do it the way Evie does it. And just make statements to yourself. You can state that you already have it, or you can even state that you want it. Doesn't really matter. If you're stating that you want it, you almost have to feel the desire as you're stating it, because that desire is momentum, is a feeling, and that is what seems to be the magnet that pulls it in. But if you're going to say that you already have it, that's fine. And don't think that you're lying to yourself when you say this. It's key to just drop that, because you're not lying to yourself. All you're doing is, this is a key to bring you what you want. Just see it like that. It's the key to unlock the door so that this creation can come in. That's all I'm doing. I'm not lying to myself. Lying to myself does not come into it at all. This is not what I'm doing here. And just make those statements on and off throughout the day or throughout the week. Even if you said them 3 or 4 times a day, wouldn't matter. I can do it like that, and then I might forget and not do it for a few days. And the sort of sign that they work for me that way is the way that I can forget and not do it for a few days. So I am detached enough in order to get these things to happen, in order to create this stuff. Because I'm able to forget about it for a couple of days. If you can get to that point, then you know that you are seriously detaching, and you can congratulate yourself on that. So I have found Best way to do it for me is that. Sometimes I might not use affirmations at all. It really depends on how I feel about what it is that I want, how attached I feel in that moment, and whether I can use affirmations effectively. If I feel that I'm still a little bit attached, then I will just use the feeling technique, where I will just feel as if I have it for a couple of minutes, and then I will get on with my day. Do the thing where I said about the intentions in the morning, or whenever your comfortable time is, your relaxed time is, do it like that, and then just walk away from it and not do it and think my job is done. So I prefer to do that. But I get it if you like the idea of persistence. The thing is, like I said, I've never pushed through the pain barrier as far as affirmations and that persistence, talking to myself, mental diet is concerned, because I get to a point, or I used to get to a point, where I think I can't stand it, I'm exhausted, this is just, I'm not enjoying this, I can't do it. I would get this huge resistant feeling, and I would just pull away from it. I couldn't do it. So, but now I'm at a different stage with all of this. I've been doing it seriously for over 5 years now, I think, roughly. Been into it for way longer than that, but I've been doing it seriously for that amount of time, so I'm at a different stage, so I can do that. But I still, even though I know that persistence does work, so if I decided to persist with something in order to get something, I wouldn't want to do it. I feel resistant when I think about it, because I prefer to say, I don't want to deal with this. This is not my job to deal with this. It's whatever this greater power is, whatever this, my higher self, it's that job. It is not my job to do that. And I don't want it to become my job, because I don't want it to be hard work, and I don't want it to consume me. Just to know that if you are affirming to bring somebody into your life, a person into your life, back into your life, or whatever, don't make everything about them. Because if you affirm, and yes, you push through that barrier, they come back, but you haven't sorted yourself out inside, so you still feel the same, what will happen is they will go again, and then you will have to do the same thing all over again. Then they will come, you won't have to, but you'll feel like you do, and you'll be in this constant cycle of affirming in order to bring somebody into your life to stay there, but they won't stay there because you haven't sorted yourself out. So you have to know that when they do come back, that's it. Don't worry about affirming for anything else. Just chill out and enjoy it. Enjoy what's happening and really go with the flow. And that's how it sustains, because you don't get into that state where you have to control it. Affirmation should not be used as a method to control anything that you want to create, because you'll never be happy. You'll be constantly fighting with yourself and not enjoying it. You'll be happy, say 20% of the time, and miserable 80% of the time. And that is not the ratio. You want to twist that, spin that ratio so it's the other way around. And you do that by being really sort of grateful to whatever this is, and being thankful that you've managed to manifest this person, if that's what you're trying to do, into your life. And then think, I'm going to go with this now, go with the flow. I am not going to freak out as soon as they behave in one little way that they may have behaved before. I'm going to say, okay, this might be a bit of a process, but I'm going to go with the flow and give momentum to all the positive changes that you see. And a first positive change is the fact that you've affirmed and they've come to you, they've reached out to you. Awesome. And let's go to normal life from there, because if we were living life normally, we would sustain it, not a problem. It's when we feel that we need to control it that we don't sustain it. Right, ramble over, end of video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, then I would really love for you to do that. I have a members area on my website, which is £5 a month, with which you get one-to-one email coaching from me, modules, a members hub where you can talk to other members, introduce yourself when you're new, and all of that stuff. I do Zoom coaching as well. I'm booked up till mid-May at the moment, so anything now will be after that point. And I'll just tell you how it works. It's £65 for members, £75 for non-members. You get a payment link 48 hours before the session, at which point you can cancel it if you need to, or pay for that session. So it's all paid up front, it's all dealt with, and that's that. And then just think about your local time zone though, because I have all of my members and coaching clients are from everywhere, all over the world, and sometimes we get a bit confused with the time. So I will give you my time, UK time, and then you just need to look and see what time that is, your time. And if it doesn't work, then we'll sort of fiddle around with it until we get a time that suits us both. That's how that works. Also, my son has a Law of Attraction channel, that's Harrison Ellis, and that is linked in the description. It's all specific person based. My coaching is going to be a product on my website at some point soon, I think. I've got somebody working on that now. Also, I'm going to put Harry on there as a product because he does some coaching as well. He is completely different to me, so you'd need to go and look at his YouTube channel and see if that worked for you. I would probably do an example video of his on my site that you can see, because he believes mostly the same as me, that this works the same, but for him it's all energy based, and it is all energy based, but he works with that and manipulating energy and that sort of thing. So you would definitely need to know whether he is the right coach for you, but his sessions will be £50 for an hour. He's 20, so he's not going to appeal to everybody. He has that real positive, springy, bouncy energy, and he's brilliant to put you in a really good mood. He always puts me in a good mood when I spend time with him because he just has that positive energy. But he will not coach you the same way that I would, so you'd need to have a look. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll come back and see me again sometime.